So today we are going to learn what is the hierarchy of Oracle. Of Oracle in a machine. Yeah. Now, assume this is your system. This is your machine. Okay. Now, in this machine, we are talking about obviously Windows OS. Let it be in any version. So better I talk on Windows 10 OS. Okay. Now, on this operating system, we are going to install Oracle software. Oracle software. Yeah, we are going to install what? Oracle software. So 12C software. Okay. Now there are few things to remember, especially when we install Oracle software. And what are they? Let me highlight now. And make this point very clear. During the installation of Oracle software, that will be around I hope 14 to 15 steps installation. 14 to 15 steps installation. In that 14 to 15 steps, what we notice is there will be one step which will confirm with two options. One will be like this: install only Oracle software. And one option will be there. This is one option you'll have. And one more will be there called install and configure. Install and configure database. Two options will be there. Default will be this only: install and configure database. What does it mean? If you say install only Oracle software, it means you'll be installed by only Oracle software. You don't have any database. Database later you have to create it. Database. Just having software is not enough. In order to do operations on the database, you need even what? What do you need? Yeah, database is needed. So here, especially if you go with the second option, what is that what I'm supposed to do? after installation, database need to be created by user, and that will be little challenging task if you are a fresher, if you are learning Oracle for the first time. Because in order to create database in Oracle, there are lot of things that you need to know first. Lot of things are there that you need to know first. Then you can create your database. And where database is created, obviously it is at server. Who server will be in the control of whom? DBA. So database administrator will be responsible for this database creation task. So since this is something like lengthy, lot of even things to be known about your Oracle before database is creation, before database is created. So that is the reason why we prefer to go with first option. So that what happens is during installation, database is also created. Database is also created. So you don't need to separately again create a database. So that our work is reduced. When you install your product in your personal computers, you can definitely experience this. Two options will come: install and configure database, or install only Oracle software. But one thing is there. If you make a choice of first one, install and configure database, and once installation of Oracle software is over, automatically database configuration also will be done and database is also created. And only point is, when database is created during installation, name of the database will be Oracle software choice. You cannot name the database. So you will find that database is created providing a name to it by software. Here you can have a database name of your choice in this process. And in this process, database name is created automatically. Software will provide the database name. So I come with conclusion now that you are provided with one database as well. Yes. So let me just complete its representation. This is the what? Database representation now. Is this your created database? No. This is created by software, I said. Software created database. What is the name of it? Yes, the name given to the database will be ORCL. This is the database name you'll have. what you need to know, as I said, I said one thing like after installation, database need to be created by user, and I said there are a lot of things that you need to know. You need to know before creating database. What is it? Many things are there. Believe me, many things. And in that, the most important thing in order to before creating a database that you need to know is about CRD files. You should know the complete story of the CRD file because every database of Oracle depends on this file. Depends on this file. CRD file. These are three categories of files actually. Three categories. C called control file. R called redo log file. D called database file. Yeah, you need to know about them first. That is what DBA's first practical topic will be. This topic only. Practical, I'm saying. First, we have a lot of things to study on theoretical concepts. And then when the first topic will be about database creation in DBA, database administration concept. And here, control file will have one. And why it's long story. Let's not talk on all that stuff now. Redo log files will be three redo log files. And database files will be six database files. 6 plus 3 altogether 9 files. We'll have 9 files. But now for us what now? Database I didn't create. I got my database as ready-made. So obviously database, since it is ready-made for me, created by software during installation. So obviously the database has been connected by all these types of files. All these categories of files are connected to the database. And I'm not saying that it is connected only to our data, only to the database created by software. No, any database you create, whether it is created automatically or it is created manually, whether it is created by software or it is created by user, in all the cases, you are found with those files. Then we'll see them. Where are these files then? Because I said now, every database is connected by CRD files. Where are they? Okay. Since software is already installed in my machine, so you people can experience that your database is connected by files. Open that folder, C drive, app, username, Aura data. This is my database name, ORCL. Open it. Yes, I have all these files connected. DBF files I have. How many DBF? 5 are there. Okay, I said 6. Actually, 5 DBF files and 3 redo log files and 1 control file. 5 plus 3. 5 plus 5 plus 4. Yeah, 3 plus 1, 4. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 files. 9 files. Here, database files are 5. Here it is proved. All the files are available. Now, there are a lot of things to discuss about the significance of each file when we learn about database creation in the course of DBA, Oracle DBA course. When we do, when we learn, or when we take up, then you could find that this will be a most and the first practical topic that we will have for our. Now coming to another part, coming to next part. So now database is ready-made, confirm. Acha, one more thing. Now ORCL database is automatic now. Automatic. The question is, can I create my own personal database as well? Yes, yes. Let it be. This is software created database. You want to have your own personal database? Yes. Now first you decide. First we have to decide whether you want to create database by writing I mean to say through command, or you want to create database by wizard. Wizard means you don't need to write command. You get like automatic what do you call process. We got some tools provided by software to create database. What is it? Okay, that tool also I'll show you. That is called DBCA. What is the name of the tool? If you use the tool, you don't need to write command for creating database. Tool will create database. Just that it is user friendly tool. Click, 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 process will be done, and at the end your database will be available. Here I'll show you. Yes, I have a folder where my Oracle software is installed. And what is the name of the tool? DBCA asset. Here, DBCA. Database Configuration Assistant. This is the tool. This is the tool. Database Configuration Assistant. DBCA. What is that? What is that? What is the work of this tool? That's what it does. It creates a database. Just click. It will give you one window. It will give you one window. Through that window, database process will start. Database configuration creation process will start. Yes, Oracle database 12c. I won't create, I'm showing you. Yes, see first option, create database, configure database option, delete database, manage templates, manage pluggable databases. 5 steps process it is. Are you writing command? Definitely not. This is tool. This is one tool provided by software for the creation of database, manual creation. Any queries you have, you want to ask here? Adhiraj, Amit, Gautam, Amit Kumar, Babu, Chenna, Naveen, Pushpa, Sridevi. Any queries you want to ask on this part? Are you all clear with what I have explained till now? There is a chat panel in the application. You can use it and confirm me. If not, you don't find the chat panel, at least unmute your mic and can confirm me. Yes, yes, Amit Gautam. Yes, same, same. Yeah, command will be same. Yeah. We'll discuss later how to uninstall, how to install product. We'll do once I share my software. When I share my software, along with that software, I'll be sharing even the documents that I have prepared for installation and uninstallation process. Here it is. I prepared. I'll be sharing them. Don't worry. Here it is. Oracle 12c software. Here two things are there. Two files. This software I'll be sharing with you, and the process is here. Here I mentioned, I have specified that also here. See, installation document, uninstallation document. Both these files I'll be sharing with you. No, 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 Pushpa. We will not be discussing anything about database creation. No, we depend on this ORCL now, because that's what I said now. Just to create, If simply you want to create database, then you follow that wizard process, that tool I have shown, a DBCA tool. Once the software is installed, then once when we start practical, then we'll proceed with that. That is the reason just database creation is not sufficient. In that also a lot of things. That's what I said now. Lengthy process that you have. That I mean, lengthy. It's not lengthy. A person who is a DBA, for him the things will not be lengthy because he's already trained. He's already have learned. He already is experienced. So for him it's not a big task. But especially for a fresher, those things become challenging for him. Keeping that point in view, I said. Okay, Pushpa, is hope answer to your query. Okay, now going further, make this point very clear. In this ORCL database, internally there are multiple blocks created. Internal. Multiple blocks are created. And what are those blocks? Those blocks are called schema. Yes. And make this point. This is for your reference, I'm saying. Simple to easy to remember, easy to understand, I'm saying. And that point is schema works like a folder. So please don't change my sentence. I didn't say schema is a folder. Okay. I didn't say schema is a folder. I said schema works like a folder. Like a folder. Now imagine a case. Imagine a case that we are one team now. We are one team. Like I'm one team member. Myself is one team member. Pushpa is one team member. Amit is one team member. 3. Naveen is one team member. Like we 4 make one team. We 4 make one team. 4 make one team. And all 4 are working on same database. We all 4. Sharif is working on that same database. Pushpa is also working on the same database. Naveen is also working on the same database. And Amit is also working on the same database. So what database administrator will do once he comes to know that there are 4 people who are going to work on the database, immediately database administrator will create 4 schemas. 4 schemas. One schema on Pushpa's name, one schema on my name, one schema on Amit's name, and one schema on Naveen's name. 4 schemas. Why? Why? Because now we all are on one database only, but our work is segregated now. Our work is segregated. Whatever the things Pushpa does, all will be available in her schema. Whatever I do on in my database, in ORCL database, all will be available in my schema. Same is the case for Amit and Naveen. Simple, simple. So that maintenance could be easy, simple to understand. Why these many schema? Simple. I said maintenance will be easy. I'll give you an example so that even if there is a confusion on this, it will be clarified. Just imagine the way we are habituated of things of segregating. You know, when you download songs from internet, when you download songs from internet, they are actually placed in downloads folder. Downloads folder. So what we are habituated is in some other drive, E drive, F drive, whatever, add drive, additional drives you have, you create one folder there by name songs folder, and you'll put all your songs in that folder. downloaded songs. Yeah, schema is a collection of objects. That's what I said. No? Our work is segregated. Whatever the things that I create, those are in my, what do you call, object. But question is, what is schema we are talking about? So that's the reason I made a simple conclusion saying schema works like folder. Works like folder. Now, Amit, what query you asked is what schema is containing. That is your point. I'm saying what is schema, why we are creating schema. I'm talking about that part. Now, once I complete schema, then internal of schema, what do we have? Answer is to your query. That the question what you asked. That is schema contains objects. Okay. Now, so what I was saying, songs folder you create and you put all your songs in it. But interesting thing to notice there, if you have downloaded Hindi songs, Telugu songs, so again what you do, we don't keep all Telugu Hindi songs as in one folder. Again in songs folder, you create subfolders called Telugu songs and Hindi songs separately, and you segregate those songs. Why are we straining ourselves of the segregation? Because at the end, the target is to make our job easy for maintenance. That is what is happening by creating schemas. And before I go further, make this point very clear that that whenever database is created, I'll talk about version wise so that confusion will not be there. Till Oracle 11G release 2, till Oracle 11G release 2 means older version. 9i, 10G, 11G release 1, 11G release 2, 8i, in all the versions from the initial till 11G release 2, I'm saying. Make this point very clear. We are provided by even few built-in schemas. Built-in schemas. And in that built-in schemas, one is system, which is called to be your admin schema, used to perform administration related tasks. One more will also be there by name sys. This is also used to perform admin related tasks, but sys has more powers than system. So you better call it to be a super admin for understanding. That is normal admin. This is super admin. And one more schema also Oracle Corporation provided through this schema, that is called Scott schema. Scott. And this schema is being provided as normal schema. We don't have any admin privileges for it. And this is provided for our practice purpose. Did I say only 3? No, I mentioned it. Built-in schemas will have approximate of around 13 to 14. I just have listed few of them. Okay. So 13 to 14 schemas will be there. In that, these are the 3 we used to have. Now, apart from these 13 to 14 schemas, we'll be creating our personal schema. Real time, this is done by DBA. Practice purpose, since Oracle is installed in our personal computer. So we know everything about your built-in schema. So we'll create our own personal schema. I can create a schema on my name, Sharif. Now, whenever I want, I'll work with Sharif schema. Why to work with Scott, which is given for practice? I don't want. I don't want to use it. Skip off. You're not interested. Skip off. And what then we learn is from Oracle 12c and later versions, whatever we have, 12c, 12c, 18c. Hope you remember I gave you the list of versions. After 12c, we have two more, 18c, 19c. Last session we discussed of why we are going with 12c. That part also I've covered. So here now I'm talking about from Oracle 12c and later versions. Remember, now we have built-in schemas provided by same number. An interesting thing is Scott is not provided. Now we don't have Scott. They removed. Now Scott schema they don't provide us now from 12c version. Systems is same. They are there. They are there. And what about Scott? Scott they didn't provide. Still you need it. You create manually. So I better mention here. I better Scott. We have to create now for practice purpose. Till 11G release 2, till 11G release 2, it was by software. It was used to it was provided by software. From 12C onwards, Scott is removed. Still you need, you create. And simple is the point. When you want to create a schema for practice purpose, why to give name as Scott? Why don't I give it Sharif? However, we are creating schema for our practice purpose. Yeah, it's only comparative, I said. In Scott earlier was ready-made. Now the same Scott has become something like for a same schema name you want to have for practice purpose. You create it by the name Scott. No, you feel that however we are creating schema, why to name it as Scott? Why don't I put my own name? You go for it. You put your own name. Doesn't matter. But interesting thing is Scott schema is no more available for practice purpose from Oracle 10G and later versions. You don't find it. And the most important point, I said na 11 to 12 schemas are there, I said na. And in that on 12, whatever the number 14, 15, whatever might be, we have even been provided by a schema in both the 11G release 2 was also there, and even 12C also we'll have one schema by a name called HR. One more schema is there called HR. This also we can use for same practice purpose. Same practice purpose. And this is still available. This one is still available even in 12C as well. And what I was saying is, since these all are built-in schemas, and for every schema, you need to protect them by passwords. So let me conclude this. passwords of these schemas are provided during installation of Oracle software. Or I can say during the configuration of database. Anything is fine. During the configuration of database. You will get one window. You will get one window during installation and configuration of database exactly before ending or before ending our installation process, end to installation process, you could very clearly notice that you will get one option as password management. When you click on that password management, then one window appears, and in that window all schemas will be available, including the names what I have mentioned there. Which schemas you feel are important, use that schema, provide password for it, it will be secured. Which are not important, which are not related, which we are not aware, skip, ignore them. I'm not saying like all schemas are given for us only. No, some schemas are even for data warehousing also. Some schemas. Some schemas are given for developers. Some schemas are given for DBA people. And again, in schema, you will have objects. Objects make a list here, complete list. Tables, views, synonyms, indices, sequences, clusters, stored procedures, stored functions, stored packages, stored triggers, stored types, etc. Over. Let me conclude now. Three important points. One, Oracle software is a collection of one or more databases. Second, database is a collection of one or more schemas. Three, schema is a collection of one or more objects. In 8i, 9i, I mean, in those older versions of Oracle, this schema, system schema, sys schema, Scott schema, even passwords used to be ready-made for us in older versions. Passwords used to be ready-made. That was also, we used to follow the same. Later you can change, that is different story. But during installation, whatever the schemas we were provided, for all those schemas, passwords are also ready-made. At least what I listed here, for those schemas, we used to have password as what ready-made. After that, slowly they upgraded, and now the feature is like you can have password of your own. So at the time when I used to work with 8i, 9i, then when software was installed at that time, so for system sys Scott, direct passwords were given, and what passwords have been set, that information we used to have during installation also. For system, this is the password. For sys, this is the password. For Scott, this is the password. And for system, the password used to be like manager. For Scott, the password used to be like tiger. For sys, there used to be some password for that as well. But today, what's the provision? You can set your own password. Any password is fine. And when you're providing passwords, they even mentioned now they have made that your password should be according to Oracle policy. And what is Oracle policy? You should have capital letter in it. You should have small letter in it. You should have digits in it. You should have special characters in it. And when you're using special characters, rule is don't use at the rate symbol in it, don't use hash symbol in it, don't use dot symbol in it. Some restrictions are there, like because there is a provision of using what do you call special characters. So if you use every special character, then you may be in again trouble at the time of connecting to that schema. That may create some issues. That's it. This is how the hierarchy of Oracle will be in your system. That doesn't matter whether you're talking about Oracle on Windows platform, or you're talking about Oracle on Linux platform, or you're talking about Oracle on any operating system. Story is same only. Okay, everyone, you all clear with this? Any questions that you want to ask on this?